right way. The way you should follow today. This way will take you to the best genres of music from around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Yeah. Seeds. You know, they don't grow unless you plant them, you know. But at the same time, you gotta water them too. So remember that. Water your seeds. Our communities need structure and order. Since they don't get it, I'ma give it to my son and my daughter. I'ma show her self-love and how to not get extorted by nobody. Respect your body and make wise choices. You can change the whole world, it's all yours, not a portion. I promise to give you love no matter your life choices. Don't let no man hypnotize you, learn how to avoid. And when you're pregnant, don't let them tell you to get it abort. I raise you up showing traits that you never will forget. I promise to protect, give you love and respect. So when you find your man, then you'll know what to expect. Don't ever let nobody give you less. Don't want to control you, I'll expose you to what you came to do. You're so powerful, strong and wise, just to name a few. You the most hated, they all take a name at you. Cause they know mankind came from you, and that's the truth.
But don't step away. Now I won't stay with you. Won't stay right here with you. Thank you,
when I have a son, I'ma show him he's the one. That the power's in his mind, ain't no power in a gun. To kill a man, that's something that a coward would've done. Cause he weak, and he never had power in his punch. Listen, you gotta get it, don't be looking for a savior. The word comes now, but the fun comes later. Cause I done seen some people who had big dreams turn 50, still doing the shit that they did at 15. Still chasing women, hoping that they get them. You can catch him partying or on the block, drinking liquor, damn. Because he never found his own purpose, and he don't know his potential or himself. He needs some soul searching. But I'ma give you the rules to survive, the knowledge to withstand and the tools to provide. I look into your eyes and I see myself. So it's okay to express what you're feeling, or if you need some help.
But don't step away. Now I won't stay with you. Won't stay right here with you. Thank you.
To my mother and pops, I'm thankful with all you showed me. All the trials and tribulations, I let them mold me. Still I stand as a man, it never broke me. Ambition, hustle and focus, that's what you showed me. And mama, I know you dealing with drama. All you do is give, and I just wanna give you your karma. As a kid, I was the outcast, living with trauma. To be that sun that shine on you, though, it still is an honor. And to my dad, we getting that bond that we never had. It's better than the past, so I'm glad. Plus, I'm proud of you, using your mind to overcome your addiction. So nah, I ain't holding nothing against you. You a strong person. To find myself, I did some long searching. With my parents, the connection is there, but the bond's hurt. Finish this verse up as I drop tears, because I realize this cycle gotta stop here. Seeds.
La ciencia.
African American voters are voting at just as high a percentage as Americans.
Try me in this beat. Tom Don, real American, original American. I'm from here, I ain't come here. Yeah.
Say cop on my color, I die for my brothers, but I do not think that these hoes understand. He landed the Bama, they burned down your channels through niggas and slammers, equality dead. Fuck it, I up, they came back from my virgin, the feather, my colors, the crown with the feds. Watch how you classify when you be passing by, calling you black, it's like calling you dead. Y'all came to the land of the free and the home of the brave, but forgot that it's not where you stayed. Start having babies and switching your name around, land on the dies and you taking their place. Don't forget Democrats pushing your city back, casting your vote could put you in the grave. Rewrite your history, filling with misery, lying, told everyone we was the slaves. Where your ancestors from? What name you took on? What boat did you bitches come on? If you had a sponsorship, you not a Thompson and see, bro, my people been here all along. Calling us African must be an accident. Claiming you American shit is just wrong. Clarification in case you mistaken. Sit back and remember the words to this song. Obama is not American. Rich McConnell is not American. You crackers is not American. Pan-Africans not American. Remember there's two Americans. We the old, not the new Americans. Man, look how they do Americans. Black people, the true Americans. Sorry, not sorry.
Hey man, all I'm saying is, nigga, you always got something to say. It's like you don't shut up. Placing on the track.
A lot of niggas died 1865. Single Michael fled high, I ain't gon' let it ride. Everybody hot and black was never on your side. They do maps to tell your apps where you sleep at night. They put that white man on. Got you begging them for answers like that white man know. Had you swearing you was African, that's that white man home. Had you proud to be a savage, that's that white man's zone. And I ain't talking shit, this by definition. If being savage was our nature, y'all be non-existent. We done took your ass out when we was in them kitchens. Instead of showing you how to live and how to maintain business. White supremacy fake. Only way that shit real is if you do what they say. We the God to the gate. So when they say they fear God, now you know what they made.
Shoot some, move some, shoot some, move some. Put us in the same room, he gon' go down. Hit a nigga with that boom, he gon' go down. Shoot some, move some, shoot some, move some. Put us in the same room, he gon' go down. Hit a nigga with that boom, he gon' go down.
Every day my niggas dying, they don't know the truth. How the hell you close to God, we don't know it's you. Yo, how the hell you supposed to survive, we don't know the shoot. He should've died, you let him slide, cause he look just like you. I try to tell him all skin ain't kin. Everybody ain't your partner, everybody ain't your friend. How the hell they supposed to help when they the ones that put you in? They don't struggle how we struggle, they can't get it how we live. Can't be scared to die when we already dead. Either way, your life is stake no matter how you play it. My higher steps and we should choose remain godly. My lower want these motherfucking bodies. Infiltrate they circles like a motherfucking Audi. Take them to the south and put them down like OG Bobby. They don't want equality in this club, they want these problems. Killers right beside me, slab full of chicken mockers.
Shoot some, move some, shoot some, move some. Put us in the same room, he gon' go down. Hit a nigga with that boom, he gon' go down. Shoot some, move some, shoot some, move some. Put us in the same room, he gon' go down. Hit a nigga with that boom, he gon' go down.
People not only have to be re-educated to the importance of supporting black business, but the black man himself has to be made aware of the importance of going into business. And once you and I go into business, we own and operate at least the businesses in our community. What we will be doing is developing a situation wherein we will actually be able to create employment for the people in the community. And once you can create some employment in the community where you live, it will eliminate the necessity of you and me having to act ignorantly and disgracefully, boycotting and picketing some cracker someplace else, trying to beg him for a job.
Black on everything, nigga. Drop bricks, Tulsa. Kingston.
it's a brand, you know. Black on everything, take a glance, you know. You can see it on my shirt, on my pants, you know. Had to make these motherfuckers understand, you know. I'm just saying it's about time we expand, you know. Take a stand, you know. Make demands, you know. Take a chance, you know. Black owned everything by the fam, you know. I put that on everything that I am, you know.
You know the saying, if you knew better, you'll do better. A lot of people ain't make it from where we came from, where it's too clever. Youngin' learned how to plant down on its own seeds, not a fruit better. Translation, you can only dumb your sound down if you let them do better. I'm the product of my poverty. Mama never owned property. The eviction notice landlord's game, that's the first form of monopoly. Found out I was indigenous to America, was a shock to me. Time to get my Aboriginal Americans out of poverty. Time to get it for real. Yup, we ain't gon' play no games with them. Linked up with some real hitters, that's where I'm from, with the same vision. Tulsa, OK, Greenwood, we gon' make it happen again. Aboriginal Wall Street for my ancestors, we gon' make it
It's a brand, you know. Black on everything, take a glance, you know. You can see it on my shirt, on my pants, you know. Had to make these motherfuckers understand, you know. I'm just saying it's about time we expand, you know. Take a stand, you know. Make demands, you know. Take a chance, you know. Black owned everything by the fam, you know. I put that on everything that I am, you know. I done built your walls, I done paid your fines, I done made you rich while I'm barely getting by. I done slaved away at your heart's desires, had to take it all away for a piece of mind. Taking back my cream and my dreams, Carbon King, fuck you mean. Hidden agendas that you never seen, like one of the fuckers of COVID-19. Make us sick, they force vaccines, but we not trying to take no strings. Boost up black man self-esteem, no they not trying to see that scene. Cops blaming at us again, no more shaking hands. Black man with a master plan, they fear who I am. Trying to hide my identity, but I know where I stand. Grounded for me and the fam, reborn and do it again. It's a brand, you know. Black on everything, take a glance, you know. You can see it on my shirt, on my pants, you know. Had to make these motherfuckers understand, you know. I'm just saying it's about time we expand, you know. Black on everything, take a glance, you know. You can see it on my shirt, on my pants, you know. Had to make these motherfuckers understand, you know. I'm saying it's about time we expand, you know. Take a stand, you know. Make demands, you know. Take a chance, you know. Black owned everything for the fam, you know. I put that on everything that I am, you know. Take a stand, you know. Make demands, you know. Take a chance, you know. Fuck it, expand, you know. Black owned everything for the fam, you know. I put that on everything that I am, you know.
Our hearts forever.
Y'all gotta understand what's going on right now.
Rest in peace, Jimmy, Lily Franklin. And all the survivors. Shout out to all our ancestors, man. We coming back for everything that they stole. Let's get it.
Aboriginal television is a unique and powerful medium for indigenous people. It provides an opportunity to tell stories about their culture, history, and experiences in ways that many other media cannot. Unfortunately, it has also been used as a platform for reinforcing negative stereotypes and misrepresentations of Aboriginal peoples. I have seen firsthand how some non-Aboriginal filmmakers have used this medium to create one-dimensional portrayals of my people. They often fail to depict the strength, resilience, and beauty of our community by focusing on poverty and alcoholism, which only serves to perpetuate insidious narratives about us. The power of television lies in its ability to reach vast numbers of people in diverse locations, so it's critical that Aboriginal voices are heard, and not silenced or co-opted. We need more programming that celebrates our rich cultural heritage and showcases our inspiring accomplishments rather than perpetuating stifling stereotypes. To ensure that Aboriginal TV is produced with authenticity and accuracy, we must prioritize content creation by Aboriginals themselves. This means providing adequate resources, such as training opportunities, grants, and platforms where they can showcase their talents. Further, there needs to be greater representation at all levels of production. From script writing to post-production, Aboriginal input should be welcomed and respected. While much progress has been made over the years in terms of bringing Aboriginal perspectives into mainstream television, there is still much work to be done if we're going to truly see equitable representation on screen. The future of Aboriginal TV lies in increased access for our communities to express their stories in honest, accurate, meaningful ways, something I am passionate about advocating for.
Mic check, mic check. Shout out to all the American Aboriginal TV's in the building, Aboriginal TV is in the building. Mic check. Let me get some TVs in the chat. Geechee gang, what's up? Let me get some TVs in the chat, make sure everything's good. I see Rob Noxus has made his way over here. Pat Gabriel's in the building. Who else we got up in here? Susie, Yanisa Yacht, White Mo. What up, gang? Shout out to my brother, Big Aboriginal Power, throwing that alley hoop with people, gang. Shout out back to you. Knox is in the building. Mr. Aboriginal Smith, Darvis, Chief Master Dre, Susu, Dad B. Givens Clan is in the building. Aruda Duke of Great Lakes. There's Matthews in the building. Wilmore Reed is in the building. Jim Marte is in the building. Let me see who else we got up here. DBTA, what's up, huh? What up with it? Hold on one second. Let me turn this down a little bit. Maybe that's muffling me. Mic check. Mic check. What up with it? I got some drop for y'all today. If y'all want it. Got some shit that's gonna make niggas stay up for a few nights. Shout out Leonidas in the building. Josh Stewart in the building. Jan Marte in the building. LJ John, what's up, gang? Y'all see what the title say? I ain't gonna make y'all wait too long, gang. I ain't even gonna play with you. I ain't even gonna play with y'all today. Shout out to my brother El Boria in the building. Sister Elizabeth Young is in the building. Peace to the God. I appreciate if y'all hit that like button, share this video out one time for me. Try to get 100 people in the building. I know it's a brand new channel, it's fresh out, but I promise y'all, I'm about to fucking flame this shit, man. I'm about to flame this shit. All like straight heat from now on to the end of time. God damn it. Shout out Truth Master Dre in the building. I appreciate everybody coming through. Hey man, let's get into some shit, man. Let's get into some shit, man. Let me kill this bag, girl. Let's get into some shit real quick, man. Take this down real quick. As always, this video is sponsored by the Digital Black Dollar, as well as all of our affiliates. Park Ball Network, Beth's Best can't even talk. Beth's Best Auto. Can't even talk. Beth's Best Auto. Chickahominy Roots Dream Catchers. Camo Joe's hand-tied custom jigs. Asteroids. Who else? Copper Tone. FOH Apparel. I'm missing somebody. Crypto Cakes Cartel. Peace to the gods. Shout out Stephen Red Clay in the building. What's up, gang? You need a list of backups. Shit, I don't know how many backups they gonna let a nigga get. They getting strenuous on the YouTube side of the game. That's why we got the Telegram for all those. Shout out to everybody who came through in the Telegram last night. Shout out to my brother Brown Wolf in the building. Yeah, shout out to everybody who came through the Telegram last night. Kicked it with us. If you ain't, make sure the mods drop that Telegram link. That's where we be going uncensored, unchained. You know what I'm saying? I will be turning up there at least a few times a week, so I will be sending out the notifications in regards to that. Shout out 10AC King in the building. So what we have on the screen here today, as y'all can see, the title says, "Sit your $5 ass down before I make change." The Timicua Geechees. Now there's been, of course, a lot of speculation, a lot of interpretation, a lot of hypothesization of who the people were who historically resided in the southeastern United States region, right? What cultures they practice, what traditions they carried on, what are some phenotypical characteristics or traits that could be associated with these specific people. Shout out to my sister, Real Recognize Real in the building. What's up, sister? Yeah, so we want to dive in that today. We want to talk about that today for a little second. See what we can come upon. Some people ain't got wrenches. Some people ain't got wrenches because, of course, this is a brand new channel. So y'all gonna have to give me a second to get around to getting niggas wrenches and shit like that, because I'm on the back end. But we gonna do our due diligence. What's up, auntie? So yeah, let's talk about it for a second. As we can see, we got a map here. Let me see if I can get it back on my screen. Got a map here, and it's, I don't know how well y'all can see it or how well y'all can make out some of the words that's on this map. Now, this map is allegedly 8. Now, this there's 2 numbers here. Let's see what this says. So it says December 1864. Now, this is 1864. Okay, so this is allegedly, you know, Civil War shit going on right here. Let me back up some. But as you can see, like, there's a totally different layout. Of course, I guess there would be back then, but I mean, 1864 is not that long ago either, though. But I find it very interesting. You know, we have certain indicators of this term Geechee, right? This term Geechee, it's been used for a while. People on the river, of course, or the people that's off the swamps of the Geechee, right, have been known to be called Geechees. Now, this is Georgia, right? As you can see, I hope y'all can see, the Geechee Canal flows right into Savannah, right? And not only that, as you can see with this next image I'm about to pull up, hold on, let me see if I can get it up real quick. This is not just let's just say body of water that they found some people on, right? Let me show y'all this. Hold on. Let's see. Where we at with it? Where are you at? Hold on. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Let's see what this is right here. Okay, cool. Let's see if I can get this big for y'all. Okay, here we go. So as y'all can see, these are what they call drainage basins, right? Hold on one second. So these is what they call drainage basins, and then this is what this is like the physical expression of Georgia and the drainage basins. What I found interesting, right, is that these are broken up into what we are known as is kind of like tribal names, per se, right? You got the Coosa up here, you got the Tallapoosa right here, the Chattahoochee right here, the Flint. All of these were historically known tribes in this area, the Okomoki, the Altamaha, the Ogeechee, Savannah, right? So you got all of these different territories, let's just say for lack of a better term, right? Associated with these tribal people and these names, right? Now, European history tells us that when they came here, right, they came upon some tribal folk, right? They came upon some tribal folk who was beating on rocks and sticks and was savages and all types of shit like that they like to say. But I want to show y'all how they whitewash history. I want to show y'all this, right? Let's check this out. This is from Jacksonville Historical Society. And it says the Timucuan appearance, right? It says the land of the giants. The land of the giants. Okay. Now look. They already start with the whitewashing. Hold on, can we get, as you can see, this is the inclination, this is the representation that they chose to give, right? When representing the Timucuan people. Now we know we've seen other representations as well. Sorry, y'all, I'm watching the babies too. So we know we've seen other representations of alleged Timucuan people. You know what I mean? But this is what they chose to represent. This is very interesting that they chose to represent it like this, because if you were to take this as face value, then you would automatically, inherently believe that this is what Timucuan people look like. And when the Spanish conquistadors got here, this is what the conquistadors looked like. And this was an actual depiction of an event that took place. You understand? Okay, so let's listen about the land of the giants for a second. It says the Spanish conquistadors stood in awe of the Timucuan physique. From a distance, the powerfully built Indian men seemed like giants, standing at least 3 to 4 inches taller than most of the Spanish. Hold on one second. Y'all give me a second. I'm gonna go find a quiet place to read real quick. All right, gang. My bad. We get somewhere where it ain't damn babies blinking out and shit. Let me get some TVs in the chat to make sure that we got. Yeah, they blanking, gang. They blanking. Shout out to Camo Joe in the building. What's up, gang? All right. So it says they stood at least 3 or 4 inches taller than most of the Spanish. The native women could have also looked down on the European women. All right, so they're explaining that these people are generally taller people. These people are generally what they, from their perspective and what they have seen, are generally more well built than they are. So we'll take that. Okay, cool. In actuality, skeletal remains show that Timucua 6-footers were rare. In actuality, skeletal remains show that Timucua 6-footers were rare. So does that mean they were rare in the fact that they were never 6 feet? Or was it that it was rare to find one? I'm assuming that it was rare to find one that was 6 foot or higher, right? I guess that's what they're trying to say. Height-wise, they would be compared to a high school basketball teams today. These Indians seem more loftily back then. So they basically saying, according to the skeletal remains that they're finding of these people, right? These people was not tall. These was not tall people. These was not, you know what I'm saying, well-built people. These was them little Native Americans that be beating on rocks and shit like that. Yeah. Okay. We got you. So these Indians seem more lofty back then, though. The Spanish were shorter than Europeans, and Americans are today, partly because of their food was not as nutritious. Now, these supposed to be the big great Spanish. Why they don't have a grasp on agriculture and motherfucking nutrition? And by the time that they're conquering and doing all this invading and colonizing, they just don't add up. But anyway, it says some Timucua men also wore their long hair in a bun on the top of their heads. This made them even look taller. Now, when they say wear a bun on top of their head, now look at these Native Americans in the background. Oh, let me pull up something in the background real quick. A bun on top of their head, he said. Hold on. A bun on top of their head. Made them look tall. Hold on, let me find that. Let me find some images of a Native American with a bun on top of their head. Not the bang. They had the bangs. Damn, they done wiped the internet. I can't even find a picture of a fucking Native American with a bun on the top of their head. What happened? This the best I can find right here for y'all, gang. Hold on. This the best that I can find for y'all. The culture of the Maya people in Central America has been the subject of considerable interest in recent months, thanks to the conclusion of the 13th Bakutin, a time period in the Mayan long count calendar, which fell at the end of December. Let's see what the Mayans said. So it's during the height of the classical Mayan civilization, hair was used to denote rank
Ordinary people cut their hair short, while elites sported long, flowing ponytails. Elite women styled their hair into braids, woven with ornaments and ribbons on special occasions, whilst the men took the drastic step of burning their hair off their fringes to create their own receding hairlines. Now, why the fuck would a nigga create his own receding hairline? Like, what? What? Permanently damaging the follicles to create the effect of a higher forehead. So like they alluding to the Mayans having body dysmorphia. Like, okay, all this was done to create a more elongated profile, something that for the ancient Maya was the height of beauty. This sound like some people trying to take some shit and then motherfucking amalgamate it into their shit. You know what I'm saying? What else to say? Okay, it says by binding boards around the heads of their children as they grew to create a long cranial shape and slightly crossed eyes, evidence of which can still be seen in the skulls of dead Maya from that period. Warriors sported a tuft of hair on the left side of their head, which was moved to the right once they had slain their first enemy in war. They had a Shaka Atmos, goddammit. So they had a Shaka Atmos. Goddamn. All I wanted to do was find a picture. Well, this is what they give us, gang. This is the people's shit floating off their head. I guess this is this is supposed to be the Mayans of what they look like, right? Y'all believe that? I don't know, but it's interesting that they say that the Mayans and the Timucua, they kind of got the similar descriptions, and they have similar depictions. All right, let's get back to here. So it says, physically fit, according to French explorers, the Timucuan women proved athletic, just like the men. The women could climb a tree and they could swim across a wide river while holding a baby above the water with one hand. Goddamn. They was some bad motherfuckers. They swim across the river with a baby in one arm, nigga. Most of you niggas can't swim. That is crazy. So both men and women in Timucuan society had light brown or dark skin. Wait a minute. Press one. Why don't this say both men and women in Timucuan society had light brown or dark skin? Now, do this give off the motherfucking depiction of light brown skin or dark skin? Do any of this give y'all the inclination that these was brown or dark skinned people? Hold on, let's go even deeper real quick. Let's go even deeper. Hold on. Where it go? Let me make sure I don't miss them. I make sure I pulled them up. Could have swore I pulled them up. All right, well, we gonna pull it up anyway. Give me 1 second, gang. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find some more Timucuans. Actually, what I'll do is I'll just come out of here. Hold on. I'll just back up real quick. Do it like that. And just go to images. Let's see if the Timucuans. Let's see if they give us. Look, gang. Look, this what they give you at the Timucuans right here. This the goddamn Timucuans. Oh yeah, they was tanning, not a coincidence. Hold on, it's not a coincidence. Hold on. Can we get this picture? Hold on. Let me save this image real quick. They not about to get away with this shit. Let me save this image in the background. Bam. Let's see if we can get this image pulled up. You're not about to run that. Not a coincidence. You know you're my dog, but nah, we can't run that one, Slime. Hold on. Nah, let's run that on Chrome. Oh, hold on. That ain't gonna work. Come on. I want to get this picture up so bad, gang. But it's so little, they won't let me save it. Like, I can't zoom in on this hoe. Hold on, let me share this and see if I can zoom in on this hoe. This the Timucua is not a coincidence. These the people with the brown skin, the dark skin. These the people right here. I just want to know. I don't think I need to put a poll out here. Is this the people that they saying is the Timucuans? Y'all see how they did that right there? Hold on. Hold on. What you want, boy? Why you keep coming in here? This dude. Yeah, these the Timucuans right here. Apparently. Let's see. Let me get the article back up. All right, here you go. All right. So I'm gonna read this over. So as we read it, y'all can look at it and y'all tell me. It says their appearance, both men and women in the Timucuan society had light brown skin and dark skin. Its appearance came from exposure to the sun and from its anointment with oil for ceremonies. Their hair was black or very dark brown. Males wore deerskin loincloths. They were painted yellow, brown, yellowish, or red, and black. Females sometimes dressed in deerskin, but their attire usually consisted of elaborate garments made from Spanish moss. They probably boiled or smoked the moss to kill any bugs in it. Both sexes adorned themselves with ornaments. They were often created from shells or other materials such as copper. Jewelry included beads, pendants, bracelets, and breastplates. Remember A1 was talking about them breastplates? Speaking of something, let me send this nigga a link just in case he watching. He won't come in. All right. We got 96 people in here. I appreciate if y'all hit that like button, share the video out one time for me. Where we at? So both sexes adorn themselves with ornaments. They were often created from shells or other materials such as copper. Jewelry including beads, pendants, bracelets, and breastplates. Both men and women also featured tattoos. They stabbed tiny holes into the skin in elaborate patterns using shark teeth or bone needle, and then rubbed in wood ash mixed with berry juice and other pigments to color the design. Tattooing sometimes made the Timicua ill, but the marks undoubtedly contributed to their impressive appearance. Older children would begin to get body decorations when they started to assume adult responsibilities. Strength and bravery could also earn some tattoos. In addition, tattoos showed the clan to which an individual belonged, and they indicated a person's role in society. Not surprisingly, higher ranking people boasted the most body decorations. Among the Timucua, the Burdics received the most demanding and unpleasant responsibilities. These including hauling provisions for men going to war, tending to people with contagious diseases, and preparing dead bodies for burial. Timucua Burdics painted their faces, typically wore at least some female attire, and could be distinguished from both men and women by the color of their feathers they wore in their hair. So they say this is let's see what this word means real quick. Oh, that's what that means. Y'all want to know what it means? That's who they talk about right there. They talking about them. They talking about them peoples right there. Oh, okay. Makes sense now. All right, let me get back to the article. All right. Verdicts function in other Native American societies too. However, they usually possessed a higher social, economic, and or spiritual status. So Timucua was not fucking with them. Timucua was like, hey, y'all little girly asses go over there. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Don't. Those was jokes. I don't want to read Latin. Okay, cool. So this is supposed to be a representation of the Timucuas too, right? Look how they look. Why they look like Slavs? Well, I guess everybody in here looks like Slavs, huh? All right. So we know that the Timucua was brown or so-called brown or dark brown people, allegedly, according to them. Let's get a little base groundwork for them. So they were the Native Americans who lived in northeast and central Florida. So they saying basically this area, right? They're saying this area. Damn, that's little as hell. Yeah, so they're saying this area here is Timicua territory. Now, ironically, right? Ironically, this also falls within hold on, let me get it up. Damn, I didn't want to go to the whole website. I just be wanting to see the picture, gang. Why do they do that? Why do they do that, gang? Hold on. I be just wanting the picture. They want to send you to the website. They want you to motherfucking sign up, become a member. Can I just get the image, gang? Man. Can I get the image, gang? All right. So they're not gonna let me do this, right? Let me just share this out. As you can see over to the right, right? This is, hold on. It's not over here doing the most. So this is what they say the Gullah Geechee. Oh, now it want to pop up. Now it won't pop up 7 years later. Hold on. Now this shit won't pop up. Now it's going to pop up like 8 times. But as y'all can see, this area right here, God damn it, I keep clicking on it. Why do I keep clicking on it? This area is the same area as the Gullah Geechee Nations, right? It comes down into Timucuan territory, right? It is also, hold on, let me pull this up real quick. Got too many fucking things open right now, gang. Okay, here we go. It is also where they claiming these people was, this society. So let's hear what they got to say, right? It says, their name may derive from the Spanish pronunciation of Timucua, excuse me, Timucuan word Timucua, which means lord or chief. The Timucua probably numbered between 200 and 300,000, probably, right? Sure. Organizing the various chiefdoms speaking a common language, the earliest evidence of their presence dates back to around 3000 BC. So they've been in this motherfucking area for 3000 BC. Hunting, gathering, doing all you know what I'm saying? All types of good shit. And then all of a sudden, you know, colonization started happening, and then these people just allegedly they don't exist anymore. So listen to this. They say they're semi-nomadic during the mid-fall or winter months. The Timucua lived in the inland forest. Here they planted maize, which is corn, beans, squash, melons, and various root vegetables as a part of their diet, employing slash and burn technology. So what is slash and burn technology? Anyone? We're going to get into that a little bit later. Large growth would be cut into the fields and would be cleared with fire. So they actually, like, if you go back, like that was something that my ancestors did to clear their fields in South Carolina. Even like back into like old enough to where my ancestors can tell me that they did it and they used to do it that way. Right? If y'all got family in Geechees in South Carolina, ask them how they used to clear the field and watch what they tell you. It's going to make you. The soil would be turned and broken, utilizing the nitrates in the ash as an effective fertilizer. Timucuans would also collect wild fruits and berries and bake bread made from the root starch of the kuntu plant. They cultivated tobacco and utilized the communal food storage system, suggested crop surpluses. So not only was these motherfuckers building and sustaining themselves, but they had surpluses. Timucuans also hunted game including deer, alligator, bear, turkey, and possibly eastern bison. During the hot summers, they would migrate to cooler seashores where they would fish and collect oysters and shellfish. The evidence of their culture still exists in many shell middens, essentially Indian trash piles still found in Florida's coastal areas. Now let me stop right there. We stop right there. We got 100 people in the building. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to get back into this.
I'm sure you must be confused. You all must be wondering where Lieutenant has gone. Why did he leave for so long? Well, there are many things that cannot be spoken, but what you need to know is this. A man, no matter the following or how righteous the cause, is still a man. And a man can be arrested. He can be stopped, so for this movement to continue. We are now under new management. The lieutenant has had to become something more than a man. Something that exists in all of you. Something that cannot be caged. And so he has become simply an idea. An idea that floats in the wind. A fleeting and elusive concept that he hopes you will all share. An idea of the righteous stand against discrimination and suffering. An idea of unity for those who have been left in the dirt, the weak, the abused and the broken. An idea of change on a global scale, inspired by influence.
DNA actually works, and because we hear a lot of stories of the Israelites and the natives say, well, that don't really work and that's not good. You say to that?
DNA is absolutely good, but the problem is that people base their analysis off haplogroups, which is sex chromosomes, and that's what's going on now. And we have to be careful with that because haplogroups only make up less than 0.1% of your DNA. That's a sex chromosome.
He was Aboriginal TV, I think.
Yeah, he was Aboriginal TV.
DNA is assigned to the landmass, to the people who are on the landmass currently, not who are there historically.
I really want to say something.
Alright. Race is about how we identify and are identified. It's more than a question of appearance. It's a question of culture, history, geography, and family. It can't be boiled down to genetics and percentage. In fact, our concept of race has such little biological grounding that the Human Genome Diversity Project has opted to avoid using the word entirely.
And it doesn't recombine. So with that being said, when you talk about mitochondrial DNA or paternal markers, that doesn't make up who you are. So your haplogroups do go unchanged, and it's good to know that, like, for example, my paternal line comes from African men. I'm an African man. I'm EP252, aka E1B1A7A.
And like I say, if you think that shit, right, then the white man is really your daddy, nigga. That's your daddy, nigga. I don't want you to hear you talking about your daddy no more, nigga, because now you sound like a disgruntled kid, nigga, that's mad he can't get his way.
I am mixed with a little Indian in my family, little Cherokee Indian. My grandmama, Mr. Junior's mama, was part Cherokee Indian. Am I lying, Junior?
No, she's Indian.
Yes,
yeah,
she's
I'm
part.
Indian.
Junior, you're not Indian.
I am Indian.
Junior, you're not Indian.
I'm Indian.
Junior, you is not Indian.
Well, she was Indian, I'm Indian.
Junior.
She got her blood, she got my blood, we had each other blood.
Junior.
Damn, you got my blood, you Indian, I'm Indian.
Junior. But wait a minute.
You Indian and I'm African?
All right. Let's get back to the info. Y'all already don't know.
All right, let me get back to this So they said they found shell mittens, right? Which is they say which is Indian trash heaps. That's what they say, right? Zoom in a little bit for y'all. Check this out. Shell rings are archaeological sites with curved shell mittens completely or partially surrounding a clear space. The rings were sited next to estuaries that supported large populations of shellfish, usually oysters. You know, they was just talking about those oysters. Shell rings have been reported in several countries, right, including Colombia, Peru, Japan, and the southeastern United States. Interesting. Archaeologists continue to debate the origins and the use of these shell rings across what is now the southeastern United States. Starting around 4000 BCE, people exploited wetland resources, creating large shell mittens. Mittens developed along rivers, but they were limited. There was limited evidence of archaic peoples along coastlines prior to 3000 BCE. Is that right? Archaic sites on the coast may have been inundated by rising sea levels. One site in 15 to 20 foot water off of St. Lucia County, Florida, has been dated to 2800 BCE. Starting around 3000 BCE, evidence of large-scale exploitation of oysters appeared. During the period 3000 BCE to 1000 BCE, shell rings, large shell mittens, more or less surrounding open centers, developed along the coast of the southeastern United States. These shell rings are numerous in South Carolina and Georgia, but also found scattered around Florida's peninsula. Interesting. Some sites also have sand or shell mounds associated with shell rings. Sites such as Horace Island in southwest Florida supported sizable mound building communities year-round. 4 shell and or sand mounds on Horace Island have been dated to between 4870 and 4270 before present. Groups living along the coast had become mostly sedentary by the late Archaic period, living in permanent villages while making occasional foraging trips. Archaeologists have debated whether the shell rings resulted from the simple accumulation of middens in conjunction with circular villages, or if they were deliberately built as monuments. The start of mound building in the lower Mississippi River Valley and in Florida by about 6,000 years ago is cited as increasing the plausibility that the shell rings were also monumental structures. I wonder, did they have pyramids made of shells? Seashells? I bet if you took seashells and pulverized them and then added some water with some sand, I bet that'll be some hell of a concrete, I bet that'll be some hell of a motherfucking building material. But anywho, excavation of the Fig Island rings revealed little evidence of habitation on the rings and circumstantial evidence of rapid deposition of large quantities of shells and deliberate creation of the rings. Sites in Colombia, Peru, and Japan, as well as in the southeastern United States, have been identified. Residents or visitors to the Sea Islands of South Carolina and Georgia had long noticed circular shell mounds on some of the islands. The first written accounts of the shell rings in South Carolina and Georgia appeared in the early 19th century. Archaeologists surveyed some shell rings near the end of the 19th century, but the first reported scientific excavation of a shell ring in the United States did not occur until 1933. Scientific excavation of shell mounds in Japan began in 1920. About 60 shell rings have been identified in southeastern United States by 2002. Most date from the late Archaic period, 3000 BCE to 1000 BCE. But shell rings were also constructed during the Woodland periods, which would be 1000 BCE to 1000 CE, and the Mississippian periods from 800 to 1500 periods. Close to 100 circular and horseshoe-shaped shell mounds have been identified in the Kanto region of Japan. Shell rings in Japan have been dated from late to early Jomon period until early late Jomon period from before 3000 BCE until after 1000 BCE. While there are reports of a number of shell ring sites in Colombia, only the Puerto Hormiga shell ring, dating 3000 to 2500, has been described in the archaeological literature. Archaeologists have continued to identify and investigate additional shell rings along shell ring sites in the 21st century. Shell rings in the United States may form a complete ring or may be a C shape or a U shape or horseshoe shape. They may form a nearly perfect circle or an oval. In almost all cases, the central area or plaza contains little or no or occupational debris. Most shell rings in the United States consist primarily of oyster shells, but may include periwinkles, razor clams, whelks, ribbed mussels, hard shell clams, and blue and stone crab claws and shell bits. The common Orient clan is the most common component in the shell mounds in Japan. I don't care about Japan, but there is definitely a connection there. Some shell ring sites have multiple rings, some more or less equal size, may be joined together in a figure 8, as we see in the Skull Creek 1 and 2 and Coosa 1 and 2 rings in South Carolina, or to be touching as 2 circular mounds in the Kasuri shell mound in Japan. Smaller rings may be attached to the main ring at the Fig Island 1 in South Carolina. So, as y'all can see, there's a bunch of goddamn shell rings and shell middens, right? Found in South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Peru, Colombia, Japan. All throughout the same time periods too, by the way, which is very, very interesting. Let me see if I can get an image, what they look like. Let's see if we can find the image of a map. Of what they live. Oh, of course they're gonna give me some fucking actual rings, right? Let me put mound. Look at these. Look at this shit right here, gang. Please don't take me to the picture, please. Won't take me to the picture, gang. They doing everything they can not to take me to that motherfucking picture. Let me see if they're gonna let me save it real quick. Oh, they will, okay. So what's the coincidence in that? We got shell mound and shell rings going from South Carolina to North Carolina. South Carolina to Georgia to Florida, right? You got the Gullah Geechee nations. Hold on, let me stop sharing this real quick and bring up this shell ring. Where is StreamYard at? Where you need them? Where you at, StreamYard? Oh, there you go. Let's see. There we go. Look at the size of these ones. Like they just found this. They just finding this shit. Hold on 1 second, gang. Y'all notice a new channel. Okay, here we go. All right, get some wrenches. Y'all notice a new channel, so y'all know the wrench game ain't even. It ain't even, but y'all see. Look at this shit though. Look at the size. Look at the amount. They say they finding these shits they finding them in Colombia, and Peru, in Georgia, Florida. Just something to, you know what I'm saying, digest. So, they talked about the Timucua. They talked about their stature. They talked about, now we know the territory. We got the territory identified. We have identified they have whitewashed the Timucua completely, right? Because the picture that we just seen was not no goddamn Timucua. This was not no goddamn, hold on. Where the hell this nigga go? This is not no motherfucking Timucua, goddamn it. Hold on. These is not no Timucua. It's these them right here. Let me see. Yeah, here they go. Here they go. Here's your mans. So the Timucua that they showing us clearly is not the Timucua that is recorded or, hold on. Cancel. Where the fuck did my picture go? Let me take that like that. Go right here. Find StreamYard. Hold on, y'all. I have about 40 motherfucking windows open right now, gang. All right, here we go. Please get the hell out of my way. So what was these? Was these some type of arena? Was it an ancient, like mining, or like what the fuck is going on with this game? Why is it having such an issue? It's having an issue bringing this little white Timucuans back up. I don't understand it. We'll bring them up like this then. Fuck it. So yeah, this is what they showing y'all the Timucuas is about. This is what they look like. Now, the people who come out of this region, right? Who they claiming, who this lady's claiming right here. Where she go? Where she go? Where did the Mother Queen go? Do anybody, can the Mother Queen please reveal himself? There she go. Mother Queen. This lady right here claims that the people who live here on the left side, this map, where they say the Gullah Geechee nations is, they claiming that these people here is all from Africa, right? All her people, all the people from the Jacksonville, North Carolina to Jacksonville, Florida, It's all African people. That's what they claiming. They come from African slaves. They come from motherfucking, yeah, they come from that. Hold on, let me stop this because it's tweaking over here. All right, so what's the irony? And I've heard a few people talk about it. I think I've heard AP make reference to it. Let me start killing some of these windows. Hold on one second. So what's the irony in them saying that the Olmecs and the Mayan people found themselves in these regions or were in these regions? Also, when the Spanish got here, did they think they found El Dorado? They talked about gold chest plates. And, I mean, well, not gold, but breastplates. And they talked about the Timucuas having a bunch of rubies and shit on it. Even when we see, you know, the images of them, they got a bunch of gold and a bunch of goddamn stones and shit. So the largest quantity of gold found in the eastern United States were found in the Georgia Gold Belt, extending from eastern Alabama to Robin County, Georgia. The biggest concentration of gold was found in White, Lumpkin, and northern Cherokee counties in Georgia. The gold in Georgia's gold belt was close to 24 carats. Most of the gold was found in eroded rocks and mixed in with quartz. There's a lot of quartz down here, y'all. It's a lot of quartz. Besides placer deposits of gold and gold-bearing quartz in weathered rock, gold also occurs in quartz veins. The most profitable veins in the Diluvian district occur in the contact zone between micas and granite. Okay. Discovery of gold in the Georgia Gold Belt in 1828 led to the Georgia Gold Rush. The historic cities of Austria and Daglo were the primary beneficiaries of the gold discovery. Now listen to the name. The historic cities of, oh no, I'm sorry, this don't say Aria. It says Auraria. Auraria, which is now a ghost town. Why would it be a ghost town? If they found all the gold, why would it be a ghost town? Unless somebody stole it. Anywho, and a branch, okay, so it says the historic cities of Aurora and Dahlonega were the Dahlonega. Is that what that says? Dahlonega. Is that what this is? Dahlonega. Damn, they done found all the gold in Dahlonega. Dahlonega, Georgia. You know, like you know how they say the Timucua was tall? Yeah, they from the Dahlonega. Yeah. Dahlonega. Let's see. Dahlonega. I don't even want to feel like going. I'll go into the Dahlonega later. Yeah, does a prefix. Yeah, Dahlonega. The tall one. The Georgia Gold Belt is also part of a zone of gold deposits in southeastern United States that runs from Alabama to Virginia. See, it's a lot of gold that they found, a lot of rubies, a lot of precious metals. Well, they didn't found, nigga, they was presented when they was over here. They seen what the fuck was going on. They seen these long niggas, these good hooping basketball playing niggas. Do y'all know how many motherfucking like athletes come out of those 3 states alone? Just South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. That ain't even adding Alabama and all that. Like, I'm just talking about, like, the amount is almost astonishing. I wonder if we did a poll or a study on, like how many 7-footers come out each state. It's football too, gang. Yeah. Facts. Hold on. I'm about to look this shit up. So they saying that it is approximately 2,800 7-footers in the world. $2,800 people who are 7 foot or taller in the world. Interesting. I wonder, out of those 2,800, how many of them is niggas? And where do them niggas come from? Let me share this real quick. I got a list of basketball players born in South Carolina. Listen to some of the names. We got Kwame Brown, of course, 7 foot. Right? Some of these niggas, I don't even know. Nick Claxton, PJ Dozier, Kevin Garnett, almost a 7-footer. Who else we got here? Bryce Johnson is almost a 7-footer. Chris Middleton is what, 6'8". John Moran is 6'5". Larry Nance, it was damn near 7. Jermaine O'Neal was a 7-footer. Jason Williams was about 6'9", 6'10". I wonder how many of these people are actually 7-footers. These are all allegedly. I need to get some stats. We're gonna do a whole motherfucking. Hold on. Do they got their height? No, I just got what city. What city they come from. Charleston in the building. Let me see Jarrell Brantley. I don't remember him. Who the hell is Jarrell Brantley? 6'5". I'm wondering if there's a thing here. Is it like certain, like, I wonder, we got to do some research on this, gang. We got to do some research on this thing here. Is there like generally taller people that come out the southeast woodland areas, or who have lineage that's attached to it? Like, could that be some Timucua blood, coming through? I don't know. Gang. What we gonna do right now? We gonna start setting up for a giveaway. We got a few people who are sponsoring a giveaway. A ticket for the pay-per-view that's happening in the 3 days. It's happening in 3 days. God damn it, Brian. Get together. Get it together. We go set up for a giveaway for the pay-per-view that's taking place, The Dark Side of DNA Part 2. So while I'm setting up this giveaway, I'm gonna rock this little Aboriginal shit in your ear, and we'll be right back.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm just looking for a feather girl, you know? Just get her.
Vision be fooling.
What's your name? What's your sign? I'm just trying to make you mine. Chocolate girl, you know you fine. Do I ever cross your mind? Get it wet, make it rain. Do my weather, girl? I'm just looking for a wife. Won't you be my feather, girl? What's your name? What's your sign? I'm just trying to make you mine. Chocolate girl, you know you fine. Do I ever cross your mind? Get it wet, make it rain. Be my weather, girl. I'm just looking for a wife. Won't you be my feather, girl? Yeah, you bad, yeah, you fine. I'm just trying to make you mine. You ain't worried about these pennies, girl, cause you know you a dime. And I knew that I would have you, I just had to wait my time. Had to know you past looks, cause you know that love is blind. Met you at the powwow, asked you what's your tribe. You asked me, mom, we politicking, then we caught a vibe. So you rocking your feathers, you can say you caught my eye. From that moment, girl, I knew that I could probably make you bride. Girl, you the truth, shorty, what you wanna do? Come and be a winner, you know I could never lose. Wanna be a man now, tell me what I gotta prove. You the realest, so that's why a nigga really fuck with you. What's your name? What's your sign? I'm just trying to make you mine. Chocolate girl, you know you fine. Do I ever cross your mind? Get it wet, make it rain. Be my weather, girl. I'm just looking for a wife. Won't you be my feather, girl? What's your name? What's your sign? I'm just trying to make you mine. Chocolate girl, you know you fine. Do I ever cross your mind? Get it wet, make it rain. Be my weather, girl. I'm just looking for a wife. Won't you be my feather, girl? Damn, girl, you do that thing damn well. I know you indigenous. What's your tribe? I can't tell. Are you Choctaw, Chickasaw, Cherokee? No interracial, girl. I only fuck with chicks that look like me. I like a long-haired, melanated vibe with no guidance. Shorty, I'ma be your guide. Let me show you how to live. It's not enough to just survive and maybe have a couple kids if I end up between your thighs. For real. Intellectual convos about a book or something. That smirk emoji like you giving me that look or something. You keep it real like you carrying a hook or something. So if you want it, you got it. Ain't gotta look for nothing. What's your name? What's your sign? I'm just trying to make you mine. Chocolate girl, you know you fine. Do I ever cross your mind? Get it wet, make it rain. Be my weather, girl. I'm just looking for a wife. Won't you be my feather, girl? What's your name? What's your sign? I'm just trying to make you mine. Chocolate girl, you know you fine. Do I ever cross your mind? Get it wet, make it rain. Be my weather, girl. I'm just looking for a wife. Won't you be my feather, girl?
We got my brother A1 in the building. What's going on, A1? What up with you? What the fuck? Yo, this is crazy, gang. What happened to the fucking StreamYard giveaway tool? Like, they just took that or what? What in the fuck? Can't have nothing, can you? Yeah, I was gonna do a giveaway, gang, but I don't even see the shit no more. Like, did they take it down? I'm wondering if they took it down or something. Y'all fucking with that Job Bricks, right? That nigga Job Bricks always keep that fire though. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to A1 just fell off. We're gonna have to figure out something, gang. I mean, I used it a shit ton of times, but you know, y'all know how that shit go. I don't know exactly. I didn't used to have to go look for it. Yeah, I don't know where the hell is that, gang. I don't know what the fuck happened to that shit. Well, all right. I got a show later on. Actually, won't be a show, actually. I'll be releasing a video later on. Something new I'm working on. It'll be either later on today or it'll be first thing tomorrow. Just a little, a little different type of content that I plan on working on, seeing how that works out, seeing how y'all would enjoy that. Also, I'll probably I'll probably do another Aboriginal TV uncensored. So y'all be on the lookout for that if y'all already haven't. Subscribe to my channel on Telegram. Make sure y'all tap in with Telegram. That's where we can go uncensored, chop it up. Saying I will be using these platforms here. I will drop a little bit of information, but majority of my information will be going somewhere where I can control, whether I won't be censored. I gotta be the most motherfucking censored little baby YouTuber out here, gang. Like I ain't got no influence, but goddamn it, they sure be goddamn censoring the fuck out of me. I don't know what I did, why I did it, or who I did it to, but apparently I did it. And now, goddamn it, we down 2 channels. 2 channels in 2 months. 2 motherfucking channels. I mean, damn. 2 channels in 2 months, gang. Yeah, so y'all be on the lookout. Make sure y'all subscribe to my backup channels, which is the backup to the backup to the backup to the backup. And also, utilize the avenues that we create and environments that we create for us to build, for us to come together, for us to show love, for us to do business, all of those things. Make sure that we keep our eye on the prize. Stay focused on the mission. I'm out of here, gang. I'll see y'all a little bit later on, potentially. I hope the rest y'all have a rest of a great day. Sending all y'all love, peace, and honors. We appreciate y'all, man. We out of this motherfucker, gang. Peace.
Yep. Wild Indian, yeah.
Hey, V, line them up.
I'm a wild Indian, you know I go crazy. Ain't really Indian, that boy fugazi. I just keep it player, you can never play me. You got an ass so fat, girl, let's make a baby. And another one. Then I'm back to the trap, I'm trying to double some. She a bad woke chick and I love her tongue. We some jurisdiction boys, we some 101s. Look, don't compare me to no Martin dog, I'm like Malcolm X. Die by our freedom, we'll leave a crack and stretch. Round of applause, boy, you know we clapping text. Chucky dog, child play, yeah, nigga, that's what's next.
A1, you in the building?
Yes, sir.
Look at there, look. I just said I was gonna end the live, but you here now. Let's talk, A1. I know you got some shit to talk about on this subject. So all the niggas who left, they just gonna miss out on it. What's up, A1?
I'm good, brother. Peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses, man. Peace to the Aboriginal, North, South, Central, and the conjoined islands, and peace to my brother Ab TV, man. What you got going on?
The Timicua and Geechees.
Okay. Hey, you know what? I had a book too I want to send to you, man. It's called the Aboriginals of the Gullah. The Aborigines of the Gullah. I had this book for a while, right? But nonetheless, though, I'll send it to you. I gotta find a way to send it to you. I probably gotta send it through my OneDrive. But what you were saying about that? What's going on with that?
I was saying that when I was going through some of the expressions or the articulations about the people, right? I went and I read about what they claim that they look like, right? Mm-hmm. And then I showed what they show us they look like compared to what they claim they look like. Then I showed the map, you know, to show their territories and like some of the territories that was surrounding their territories as well. Then I compared that to a map of you know, the Gullah Geechee nations, which Queen Quet says is from Jacksonville, Florida to Jacksonville, North Carolina. And then I show how, hold on, what's the kind of, what I do next? And then I was showing how, they were saying how the Timucua were very tall and athletic and shit like that. And I was just making a comparison to how a bunch of athletes come from those 3 states, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida. Like That's pretty much. And if you add Alabama to that motherfucker, man, that's the whole NBA and NFL damn near. And showing how also that they got what is called shell mounds or shell middens, which are a bunch of seashells that they found going from the Sea Islands of South Carolina all the way to Florida, all the way to Peru, all the way to Colombia, even Japan. They found these same at the same motherfucking time periods as well. So I was just bringing a little information about that, just throwing some shit out.
So they show you the image of the Timucua, right? They show you what the Timucua look like. The so-called, they call him a Moor, but they also call him an American Indian. They say although he may look like an African, he is native to Florida, right? They show you the Timucua with crowns on. They show the breastplate, the same thing that they say that Israelites wore, right? Breastplates with gems in it, right? They show you the breastplates, right? But then, like, I had ran across this bill that this lady was doing, right? And she was saying that the Timucua was in South Carolina, right? She said, now, we know the Yamasee was also in South Carolina and Georgia. Now, we never know what part of South Carolina, because at one point in time, South Carolina was Georgia. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't really know what part of it. You have to kind of like see, well, where's the demarcation lines and where's the borders that make South Carolina, right? But however it go, remember, all of that is the Gullah Coast. The Gullah Coast is all the way from South Carolina, all the way through Florida, all the way through Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, all that shit. You see what I'm saying?
And I'm thinking the Gullah Coast is motherfucking really the Gold Coast, man. Like I keep like they saying that the motherfucking gold in Georgia was almost 100% pure. Like the closest to 24 karat gold, some of the best in the world. Why they don't tell us that?
It's not beneficial, right? It's not because listen, understand this, man. I don't know if you get seen what I just dropped on AP channel, right? But I just dropped how these people, how they come up with their research and how they stay within the lines of academia and scholastic research, right? But outside of the lines of academia and scholastic research, you always got to be able to cross-reference, decipher, decode, and you have to know exactly what the general education system is and what part that played and what was the agenda of that part of that so-called education system being erected, right? So with that being said, right, we know that the Geechees, right, the people that lived around the Geechee River, right, we know this is where the term Geechee come from, right? But the term Geechee, like when you get into a lot of individuals who talk, right? So we can go into the coast where the Geechees at. They said the Geechees spoke one language, right? But then you also had the Tuscarora, right? You also had the Tuscarora, who the Tuscarora ain't nothing but the Yamasee and the Timicua, right? So we know that the people.
That's like saying, all right, me and you the same people right now, A1, right? But you might classify yourself as a Moor. I might just say I'm a Geechee, right? Now we could come from the same goddamn grandma, the same granddaddy, the same family, right? But because there's outsiders observing a difference in cultures and behaviors and even potentially phenotypic expression, they're not accounting for that. You understand? So they're just saying it's different people without actually knowing if these people have blood lineage ties.
They make an assumption though, because they know if you lived in certain areas of South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, Florida, you know that your family was connected to that. How many people in South Carolina got family members in Florida? How many people in Tennessee got family? Everybody who live in that region got family that came from Florida. You see what I'm saying? So even like we all right. like how you just mentioned the term Moor, right? When you see a lot of these writers, like just for example, the picture of the Timucua, right? They calling him a Moor. They're not calling him a Moor because they think he connected to Spain. They calling him a Moor because he's dark skinned and he might be from the Moro people of the Amaru. You understand what I'm saying? This is where that term
You might
is
be
coming.
calling him more too because of how he's depicted,
Yeah,
right?
but it's
Like,
just dark skin. They know it's just dark. They know it's not a confusion like it is within our community to where they restrict Moors to being Africans and no, any
I'm
dark
saying
skin.
like I'm
Right.
saying how he's presented in such a prestige.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? They might be like if he didn't have gold and emeralds and shit, right? It was just a nigga standing there with a tobacco leaf. They might have just said he's an Indian or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? But because he got a crown on, he got all this shit on, maybe that is associated with some sort of prestige. I don't know. I'm just paraphrasing here.
They knew we was lavish, man. You see pictures of Indians with the feather crown on, right? And in Virginia, right? I got pictures of Virginia Indians with regular crowns on, not the feather crown, with fucking gold chains on. Not actual images, but drawings that was constructed, right? So even when it get down to that, you know what I'm saying? I've came to the understanding that the term Moor for me come from the Moro people. It ain't got nothing to do with like it has something to do with culture, but it's not the America has like okay, let's say like this, right? For example, right? All right, I might be from Jersey and you from South Carolina. Now, we do got some cultural differences, right? We do have some difference in culture, but our ethnicity is ultimately the same. Because our ethnicity, I still got some of the culture from the South.
Because you from the South, you just live up there.
Mm-hmm.
So culturally, we the same people still because you still got the same traditions and cultures and shit that was embedded in you from home. Now, when you go to the north, right, there's a different culture because there's different cultures coming together. So you may begin to, amalgamate into the current culture that you currently reside in, right? But your background culture, right? What you're connected to by your blood is the South, no matter where you at. You see what I'm saying?
That's a fact, yeah. But when you move in certain places, right? Now we can say, right? When you move in certain places and you're not moving around the people who was culturally connected to the South, right? That even moved to the North, right? We see that there's other ethnicities and races that live amongst us now. So now a lot of times you could still have your same culture, but you're going to adapt some other cultures as a result of being integrated with certain people. But that's not to
Well,
say
it's like this, A1. It's like when people from the Middle East come over here, right?
mm-hmm.
They be in the office buildings and shit working. They speak English. They do all the things to amalgamate into becoming a United States citizen, pretty much. You see what I mean? And the culture that's associated with that. But when it comes certain time, they ass is going to pray. They don't give a damn about that culture no more, right? That culture does not override their traditional culture. You see what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
That's what we be fucking up, right? Where we let the society's culture override our foundational culture to the point where we lose our foundational culture and only have society's culture to motherfucking go off of. You got it.
So we got to kind of even dealing with that, right? So check this out, right? We have to be okay. All right. We have to be sure of what our culture is, right? And how our culture is being paraded in front of us as other people cultures. That's why knowing your history is very important. Because if you didn't know your history, like let's say for example, like we was talking yesterday, right, about the term America, right? Now most black people think America came from the colonists, right? Most black people think the term America came from the colonists, right? And with that fact, they also saying because they're African and they was brought over here and most of their cultures go back to Africa. This is how a lot of black people think in America, right? Indigenous black people, right? So they toss the term America away, not knowing that you are the only Americans here. Nobody else can be in America. I don't care if you was born. I don't care if you've been 4 or 5 generations. Unless you mix with an Aborigine and you got the Atanchan's blood within your veins, that will be the only way you will be one that sprung from the soil, right? Or first from time of existence. You see what I'm saying? Now, people don't understand the significance of any of this stuff, right? When I say I'm a Thompson's one, that means my people were sprung from the soil, right? Now, people sit up there, that sounds foolish. That only sounds foolish because you don't understand this shit. You don't understand
Every
it.
origin story say they people sprung from the soil.
That's what I'm saying. But see, people will try to make it like it's a clown, like it's a joke or something. Like even when I say the Amaru, right? Everybody running around claiming that they're American, right? But then when I say the Amaru, then they like, oh, what that got to do with it, dude? So you don't see the similarities to the word? Oh no, you can't see the similarities to the word because the people who you study under, they not talking about this. But just know the fact that everybody's saying that they're American, but don't understand why they are American. Why are you an American? Are you an American because you live in an American? Or are you American because you are the original people that came from the Amaru Moru? You got some music going on in the back.
What's up, Darby?
Peace.
You can hear that music,
Yeah, that's my background.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's background music.
What you got going on, Darby?
Sitting there building, man, listening to my man about this Geechee Coast thing. I got a question for you, right? How old do you think that term Geechee or Gullah Geechee was applied to us? I mean, how long did that go back? When people call themselves that?
Well, how long have we been calling ourselves that, or how long has other people been calling us that?
Whatever one longest.
Huh?
Whatever one. I'm trying to find the oldest date on the term.
The oldest date of the term will come from who named the Geechee River the Geechee.
Yeah, I understand that. But
So now,
people being called Geechee.
So the Gullah code.
Yeah.
Ain't no white
How
man
old? Yeah, but the Gullah culture is supposed to be some people that left from Africa and came over here.
No.
That's what according to what they claim the people of the Gullah coast. You see them all over the place now.
Brother, that's what they told you, brother. Just like they told you that the term America came from Alberico Vespucci. That's not true.
I understand that. I understand that though.
So even when you get into the Gullah, right? This is a term that we can see. This is the thing, man, and not with you, but just with individuals who portray a lot of this stuff. We got a lot of individuals who portray this stuff, right? Now, yesterday I heard your man over there saying, we making jokes and shit like, we sprung from the soil and all this, that, and the third. But niggas got shit up with talking about American Indian Illuminati and all this other shit that don't make no fucking sense to me, right? Now, real talk. And when he go back up, I'm definitely gonna go in there and address that though, right? But what I'm saying is, see, even when it comes to the term Indian, people don't study. Most people nowadays, they studying all the way from the 1900s, right? The 1800s, 1900s, and all of this time, right? They studying all these different times, right? But then when it comes to the ancient part of it, everybody wants to say, I don't go back in the ancients. I only study this. Well, guess what? I study the whole fucking America.
You got to.
Yeah.
That was talking earlier on peer reviews. Yeah. People who you call your peers, who had the authority to claim that this particular narrative is what we're going with. And if your story connects to this narrative, we're going to roll with it. The people who have the authority to say that.
Well, you can't be a peer. You can't really read a peer review article and hold substance to it unless you a peer, right? That common understanding that we colleagues, right? And that we both follow a specific methodology that allows us to come to objective conclusions. That's, you see what I'm saying?
So when I say, like, say if somebody write an Aboriginal article, these
they
peers,
say, they gonna say it's secondary though. They not gonna say it's primary.
Yeah, I'm talking about the people. I'm talking about the people who have the so-called archaeologists, these scientists who have the jurisdiction or the right to say that this is according to our saying narrative. Who came up with the narrative? The people that came up with the narrative may not be the people that control it now, but they still have the same thought. You know what I mean? So they dictate about what kind of information is going to be considered as, science or philosophy or whatever. Based on their narrative.
That's why, see, what we doing now, see, people don't really understand this. Because if you only see like the shit that's on the surface level, then you ain't gonna really understand what's going on. When we do live streams, right?
Yeah.
We come up on here, we talk that shit, we present different information, and we hypothesize certain things, right? We are presenting evidence and information to our alleged peers, right? When we tell you to do your own research, right? We're telling you to check our hypothesis, right? Utilize your methodology and how you come to conclusions, and then either confirm or deny our hypothesis or come up with your own hypothesis. So now that we can review, do our own research, and see, this is how anything that's in consensus, science or anything, this is how it comes to be, right? But if we just go along with their narratives and assume that what they're saying and what they hypothesize is somehow more astute than what people who look like us and people who have not went through traditional training, right? Then we're giving them the power to create our narrative, to create our history, which is what they've been doing. I digress.
Cool. Yeah, all right, cool. So now, understanding that, right? So we look at these articles or these authors that write about people, ancient people, such as the Gullah Geechee. You have different sources, different people that came and wrote about the particular tribes or these tribes that was on this particular coast. Now, the people who write about them, they're in a class of people that want everybody to, they want to present the information as according to that particular narrative they got. So now we look at their sources and we get these information from their sources. Then it'd be hard for us to come up with a narrative unless we can find like some Spanish sources or some French sources.
And even some of them can be deceiving. It's like even some of the sources, like some of the stuff that I see people reading don't even make no sense. It's like, yo, you gotta fact check that. You can't even take that
literally. With their sources, these other people that talk about it, you can find out whether this shit just don't make no sense or the other ones don't make no sense. Now, what we dealing with now is a bigger enemy, not just the so-called Europeans, different nations. These are Christians. Talking about people that were not Christians.
Yeah, but them the ones that the reason that all this shit broke out was because of the Christians.
Exactly. And we reading their narrative.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that's right. We reading their narrative, and that's what I just be trying to get people to understand. You cannot go on no Wikipedia and pull out no source to me and show me that shit, because I'm gonna be objective as possible, because I'm like, wait a minute, who is this shit coming from? You can't go back and read no timeline that these people created. Even some of these Indian wars, a lot of these Indian wars are pseudo. A lot of these treaties that they present to you are pseudo information. Now you might can say, well, damn, at least I am giving the people something to understand, but you still gotta, you still, as the person doing the research, right? You still gotta form a hypothesis. You can't go off of what they telling you.
Right.
You
So
still got to form a hot pot. But go.
so basically, we're at the point as people knowing and observing the evidence and knowing that the evidence has been manipulated, right? Knowing that the evidence has been reconstructed, right? We can only deduce based off of what we deem valid or not valid, based upon, like you said, cross-referencing, as well as your own experience. People don't understand that having your own experiences is one of the biggest parts of coming to a hypothesis. It just is what it is.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
so now we're not the reason why I say that, right? Because the way I study may be a little different from some people. Now, when I hear this term, Gullah Geechee, I understand my ancestors. Did a little research around my people right here in Charleston. Now, I got family. Most of my family came from Florida. Some been here. Some came in that place called Georgia. But these are contemporary names. You understand the purpose of Georgia? To make sure that same shit you were talking about, that gold. The English wanted to claim that gold. And they wanted to take it from Spanish, which was dealing with the Florida end. That was Spanish territory. And that went all the way up to Carolina at one time.
Yeah, but we don't even want to say Spanish
these
territory.
People, I know, but these people up and down this coast, they're in Spanish territory, English territory, and French territory. So now you look at the Spanish side of the story, they don't call them people Gullah Geechee. When you hear the term, you know it's an English thing. You get what I'm saying? Now, whether we translate into that particular term from an original term, we got to find out. But I do when I hear the trigger words.
I thought, okay, so the first people that came, right, was allegedly the Spanish, right?
Yeah. So
they came in contact with the Timucua first, right?
So they say.
So they say. I think the Spanish, when they telling you,
and they say Timicua, they think that comes from. They think that's a translation into chief or lord.
Yeah.
Right? At least that's what they say. Okay, so now when we looking at maps back in those days, or like when we looking for some type of reference, right? To these people having a specific territory and they being their own individual people, we do see Timucuan, you know what I'm saying, territories on certain maps, depending on where you look at.
Yeah. So now the map sources though, what sources come from? Like these come like from a Spanish archive, or like from like a Portuguese.
But even the Spanish archive, understand this too.
Yeah, they got them. They got them. It's just hard to get them translated into English, and they all got the stories, and they don't match the English stories. That's why I say that.
Darvis, can you hear me? Because I ain't trying to be talking.
Yeah, go ahead.
Listen, what I'm saying is this, bro. When they telling you Spanish, they talking about Moors. They're not talking about no fucking Spain. Spain wasn't even called Spain. You understand? So they even.
Yeah, I got you. I'm on Moor. I got you. I understand that.
But now they're talking about Moriscos.
Exactly.
They're talking about Moriscos and Conquistador, and in some cases, and it's
exactly
this too.
But A1, this is the point though, right? This is the point though, A1. The Moors, the people you talk about, they were not Christians. They told a different side of the story. And the terms that they gave to people are different from the terms say that English gave to people.
Wait, so let me ask y'all a question.
That was adopted. Maybe they were transliterated.
Ask y'all a question, right? And when we using the term Moors, are we using that in the term for those as black people or people with dark skin? Or are we using that with the term that's associated with the specific custom cultures and traditions that we could attest to, like the Barbary states?
Cool. I would say that would be like a kingdom. What you talk about? I would say that the empire, because they were dealing with Spain all over the place, and they were called that particular name. And they told stories about this area also, because they were from this area. A lot of them from this area. All of them weren't from this area, but the ones that was normally Aboriginal here or indigenous to here, they also told their stories. So they knew that side of the story, and we could tell they weren't Christians. So now, if we compare the names that was mentioned in, say, the time with the conquistadors, and you compare them to the names that's mentioned, say, in America, they differ.
Moors are not from America. Sorry, and I'm standing on that. They are not from America.
They're
not from here.
Darvis, hold on. Sister Becky, every time I mention Moors, you seem like you always got pushback on.
I got that from I get pushed. Hold up, I get pushback to anybody. Anybody that say more is from here, not just you.
Okay, I'm just telling you, you're wrong about what you're saying.
And I'm telling you, you're wrong about what you're saying.
I'm not. How could you tell somebody who studied this longer than you've been in Africa?
I don't give a damn if you study. You make it seem like because you got one goddamn, if you do, master's degree. I got 3 of them bitches.
We're not talking about no fucking degrees.
That's what you always bring up. You always bring up that you got that because you got a master's degree. I got 3 of them bitches. And the only way I can get out with my 3 master's degree, I had to know how to research.
Fuck a master's degree. Fuck a master's degree.
Then why you bring it up, bro?
Why you gonna let me talk? I didn't bring up no master's degree. You just brought that up.
You bring it up every time you come on a panel. Anybody panel. You talk about your college education.
Okay, great. So when we dealing with Moors, for people who know me and know how long I've been rocking, have I ever said I got anything dealing with Moors from any of these collegiate institutions? No, I've never mentioned that. I am telling you from my infinite research on this topic. And like I said, listen, I'll challenge anybody because half the people who talk about Moors don't know shit about Moors.
Well, I'm telling you that I've done some infinite research on Moors.
You probably did,
okay? And we don't come up with the same conclusions. And my shit don't go just to the 1800s, A1. All right. Yes, I came to this community and learned a lot from the Aboriginal community, but that don't mean I can't take the master tools I got and go and do research and find shit out too.
Let me ask you this question,
so I'm not dumb.
Queen, let me ask you this question, right? We based on dealing with different tribes, correct? We understand that those that was a part of this thing they call Christianity. I'm not even explaining. I ain't getting into why they became Christian. None of that. I'm going. We had Christians.
Because the fucking Moors came and introduced them to that.
Cool, Queen. Listen. I'm not. This ain't about the Moors. This about the subject matter was the names that was given by the particular people, or given to these people. When you deal with different cultures who also spoke about the land, they gave them different names. Like some people call the land the land.
All right, bro, but I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
About South Carolina. My whole family is from South Carolina and North Carolina. And we ain't no fucking Moors.
Everybody relax.
We ain't no Moors. We Aboriginals, we Indians.
Let's clear this up now, and that's this whole conversation. Let's attempt to clear this up at this point. Like that's why I asked the question that I asked. Right? I said, how are we using this term? Right? Like if we just say the blacks. Right, we remove Moors, and we just say the blacks did this and the blacks did that, or we like.
But I answered the question, okay?
No, wait, hold on. Let me explain. Let me make sure. Right, when we use the term Moor, right, what are we actually attempting to describe? Are we attempting to describe a specific skin tone of people? Are we attempting to describe a specific bloodline of people who have their own culture, their own customs, tradition, and all that's associated with it? Are we talking about an empire of people, which could consist of many phenotypical, different looking people, right?
Yes. Well, not necessarily many.
When we use the term, when I say
Darby, we cannot talk back and forth, bro. I'm not like if Sister Becky just came in here with that energy, and I'm not going to be yelling over nobody. Either I'm going to be heard clear, or I'm not going to be heard at all. Okay, so look, when we talk about an empire consists of the original people, right? Now, when you understand, and I'm just going to put this out there, because see, I don't know why you just brought up talking about, I got a master's degree. Master's degree ain't got shit to do with a time to this one information. Has nothing to do with it. But at the end of the day, it comes to do with infinite research. Half the people who talk about more don't know what the fuck they talking about. Don't know what the fuck they talking.
Well, don't include me in that because you like to send subliminal shit, and it's not true. I have enough balls to speak directly to the person I'm talking to.
And I speak directly to everybody too. Because you know what? See, the thing of it is this, right? What's going on is this, right? Certain people got alliance. Dan Calloway got his own speak on what the fucking Moors are, right? He got his own speak. Corrimio got his own think on what he think the Moors is. All of these motherfuckers got, and none of them study more. None of them came through none of this shit. None of them know none of them. None of they're only reading.
Okay, but A1, how do you know that? That's what I'm talking about. How do you know they don't study? How do you know they don't study that?
Because I can hear what you're saying.
But that's your assumption. That's your assumption. That's your assumption.
It's a fact. It's a fact because
no, it's not a fact. It's a fact to you. It's a fact to you.
Nothing to do with no bourgeois league.
Moors ain't got nothing to do with America either.
Moors are the Amaru.
That's what. No, it's not.
Very much.
No, it's not.
You don't even know what the term America means.
Amaru is that shit don't mean nothing. But America in Peruvian language.
You're right.
So then that's all it means. That's all it means.
Listen, Sister Becky, look, check it out. At the end of the day, we can agree to disagree. But when I see you keep pushing back on what I'm saying or whatever, like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Of course
I have a right to do that, A1.
And you can, but you wrong.
That's in your opinion. And I think you wrong. So we both two niggas that think each other wrong. But I'm standing on what I'm standing on. I'm not no fucking Moor. I'm not no Moor, and I don't teach that to nobody.
How do we?
That's bullshit.
Hold on, y'all.
Fuck Moors. I ain't no Moor.
Let me ask y'all. Let me ask y'all both. Hold on, A1. Hold on, A1.
Disrespect you and say fuck you.
Hold on, A1.
Well, I can say fuck Moors. I didn't say fuck I didn't say fuck A1. I said
y'all relax. Hold on. Everybody relax. I need to ask y'all a question. Is there any way that this conversation is going to come to a potential end or point where we could move forward?
It ain't gonna be able one way, gang. And we all know we got to have one debate.
A debate?
A debate on the term.
Hey, this
all the facts be out there, then everybody get a chance to decide for themselves.
Well, yeah,
a lot of people have an issue with that.
That's not something that's going to bring the community together. That's ultimately going to divide it.
Yeah, I know, but what would happen is everybody be able to see the proof. They'll be able to understand Sister Betty's side. They understand A1 side.
So why don't we just present the information? Why don't we just present the information?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Present, and then ultimately we can still move forward on good faith that we all attempting to do the same mission or goal, right?
Yes.
Like we don't got.
I'm more than willing to do a debate as long as you will allow some real Spaniard Moors on the panel that I have to back me up as well.
I mean,
and some real African ones.
Me personally, I'm not going.
I'll take it to my channel.
I won't facilitate a debate. Like that's just for me. That don't seem like it'll be beneficial for the community as a whole. For a conversation where y'all want to present information and we doing that in the good nature of just presenting information and bringing forth whatever I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that's
but no, it's not. No, it's not. That's two different things, gang. It's two different things. Like we over here. Hold on, gang. We over here. We consider each other family. When you debating a motherfucker, that usually you're not debating your family about some shit. And usually when you are, it don't do nothing but tear the family apart, gang. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. We don't have to.
And I agree with that.
I understand that too, Ab. But it's really touchy to a lot of us who stand on we're not Moors.
Exactly.
That's the confusion right there. You got A1 who he's everybody's father in the Aboriginal community, and if you say Moor, here come A1. Everybody got to agree to be a Moor. I'm not scared of A1. I don't care. I'll pull up on him. I don't care.
Hold on, Sister Beth. I don't think A1 is the father of anyone.
Well, he act like it. It seemed like y'all get so nervous when this man come on and you got to shut down and be quiet. Me, I'm a mouthy bitch from the north, just like A1. And I ain't standing down from shit. I ain't no fucking Moor.
We don't expect you to stand down at all. Like, we don't expect.
Well, A1 better step back because I ain't scared of him.
I don't expect A1 to step down. I don't expect you to step down. We all, strong people. There's a reason I play Wild Indians all the time. in the intro. You know what I'm saying? I understand and understand all of this. I just want ultimately, I don't want it to become a shit show. You got information, right? That goes against, you got information that goes
I
against
do. I have information today
A1,
when I
right? Can we see that information?
I'm
Peace,
not
man.
ready to do the debate. I would like to properly present my evidence and stuff, and also bring in the fact that a lot of these boulets are the Moors from the olden days that helped fucked our identity up. And I would like to present that. And I'm not ready to do it today, but any other day, because I'm going to Chief Holiday thing today, and I'm just not ready right now, and my attitude is fucked
we
up.
want to make sure it's a good debate.
I'd rather
Give each other,
get a good
we want to
day.
give each other time, because this one debate. We show each other, we show sources, we show proof, then we get a chance to make question each other's sources. We don't want an argument of it, because there's a whole community divided behind this term. So we can get the term all the way out in the open, like grown folks do, with a proper guidance and a time clock. And I think we'll break down all these walls. That's only to divide us, these walls. That term is a wall. And we got to get past that wall so we can understand who we are, what we're saying.
Let A1 get in.
Go
ahead, my bad, I hear you.
Yeah, go ahead, A1.
All right, look. I'm going to tell everybody once again, right, in the panel, right? And for people who come further on, who come along, right? I never tell nobody that they fucking Moors. I have never pushed that. I say I'm a Moor.
You do too. You said it on the panel the other day. I got it recorded.
Are you going to let me talk, Sister Betty?
You said everybody up here is a Moor. I got that recorded.
No, because everybody is from the Moor rule. I'm sorry if you don't understand that. I'm sorry if you don't understand that. It's cool.
Does anybody in here know the Marine Corps creed and motto?
Yeah.
Well, from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli.
Okay. Now, does that not encompass all the tribes we've been talking about, whether it's Timicua, Gullah Geechee?
That's all of them. Yes, that's all
okay.
of them. Yes.
Okay, and that's the same reason they went to Puerto Rico or Puerto Rico and chopped their heads off for the gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to compare Divina, that's been established. Powhatan people were jailed in Virginia for claiming that they were descendants of Pocahontas when Europeans wanted to take the title. That's one thing they don't do.
According to what source, you know, there are different sides of that Pocahontas story.
Yeah, what is your point?
Her name is Mataoka. I know who she is, and I know who her descendants are, and it's the same people that are the Timucuans. But when the Europeans started to take over city councils and own the state of Virginia, they claimed themselves that as $5 Indians. You know that. It was jailable offense.
Explain what that is. Explain what a $5
Indian. Let him ask what his point is.
That's either European or Mongoloid. That's established.
What is your point of bringing up, like, when you brought up the whole the Marine what's the name, Credo, right? Credo.
They're Credo.
Hold up. I want you to hear me clear. So we ain't talking over each other. When you brought up the Marine Credo, right? What are you trying to apply that, and tell us what's your point? I understand the Pocahontas. What is your point? You saying, are you agreeing or you disagreeing?
No, what I'm saying is that they know where the empire stood. They knew who they tried to conquer, and that's all-encompassing people. Whether they tried to define you as black or Moor, Indian, Negro, mulatto.
They actually didn't classify us as the term Moor is an ancient term that ain't no white people just gonna classify you as.
Yeah, and by all these depictions I keep seeing put up, there was also black nobility, the same people that they ruled under. Are we under the same consent? Europeans came later.
My question to you is this, right? So you're telling me, right? Because I already know the Andalusian Empire, the king of the Andalusian Empire was Montezuma, right? I already know that. I already teach that we left from here. There was no other civilizations in the fucking world except the Amaru. I already teach that we went from here and went to Mediterranean. So if we went from here and went over to the Mediterranean, and people you call Moors are over there, wouldn't they be the people from the Americas?
Yes, and they spoke Algonquin, which seems like.
I'm sorry how many times I presented this shit, and this shit flies over people's heads.
No, I feel what you're saying, man. I hear a lot of that. Even look at those.
Everybody here. Everybody come back with this. Oh, Drew Ali and the Moors the ones that did this and the Moors. It was the
Temple was founded in Chicago. The temple was founded in Chicago, and the same Indians that were there didn't deny that. Jesse Jackson is Boule. He's on the Dawes Road with Cherokee, but then he's talking black this, black that, or he affiliates with some other crew, right?
But even with the more science, I don't even get caught up in that. I don't have to never bring up. I bring up Drew Ali philosophies because I agree with him.
Well,
now, as far as me saying, go ahead,
and the Moorish Science Temple in Philadelphia was Zionist. Everybody was buying out to some other agency. That's not debatable.
What I'm saying is this, right? Listen, my ties on who the Moors are, right? If I'm telling you, I got infinite research that's telling you there was no other people on the goddamn planet except in the Amaru, right? They're telling you we left from here and went over to the Mediterranean. That would include Spain, Portugal, Morocco, and Italy, Rome, and all of that shit. Them people was populated from people. Hold on. Let me just make this clear. Them people was populated from people from the Maru, the Amaru. They only call them Moors because they from the Maru. That's it.
Okay. And due to chronology, if you're going by a time frame, then the language they spoke sounded like when you say Al-Andalus, look at the term Al-Ghazal.
Bro, you got Ali Bamu. Like, come on, man. I do this,
So,
man.
Tallahassee, Florida.
So you understand? So if we left from here, right, and went over there and created establishments, right? See, this is going over people's head. Most people not teaching about this. But guess what? I already been all up and down the northeast, southeast coast of the Americas. Study all the trials. I didn't study all that. So it's like when I come to this, right? No, go ahead, brother. I don't mean to keep over talking you. Go ahead.
My point is in bringing that stuff up about the Marine Corps is that a lot of European scholars currently are also figuring that they know this shit, like you said. I've heard it said in several panels and chats and threads that they know this stuff. It's been used as a tool to divide and conquer, right? And as we're currently researching this and finding out and bringing new information, they are doing the same shit on not on a higher scale, but at the same time, they're trying to do it to rewrite it. Well, if we're getting our land back, and that's the ultimate goal, is not reparation checks, but actually gain soil to sustain our lives and our families' current condition and in the future, they're also trying to collaborate to do that again. If they've already rewritten it to write you out, you pay for genocide in other forms, they're not stopping that. And we're here stuck on semantics, but a lot of us don't even have, what master's degree or not, don't have the basic skills in critical thinking or literacy.
And that's why I presented what I presented earlier, because it's like, people not cross-referencing. I don't give a fuck if don't nobody like me. I don't care if don't nobody fuck with me. I don't care if other Indians don't fuck with me. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I stand for truth.
It ain't the point of nobody not liking you. It's a point of people disagreeing with you, and you get mad, and you get big-headed and cranky and mean with people.
I'm not getting big-headed and cranky and mean. When I see you put up a video about Noble Drew Ali and we're not Moors, that only show me what you don't know. So I don't have to. I'm not.
Well,
about
that's
that.
and there you are making assumptions of saying what I don't know. So on that note, because I know that I'm not going to be able to do shit the right way, I'm going to go on my own channel and bring some real fucking Peruvians over here, some real fucking African Moors over here that's going to tell the truth.
How you saying they
I'm
real
going to pull up
Moors?
Because they know
They're
their
not,
history.
hold on.
Just like we know our history, they know theirs, and we are not them. And
can I add in something
shit
real quick?
ain't nothing but a snake over in the Inca and all that shit. I'm pulling all that out, A1.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to say something real quick about this, because this whole African Moor stuff.
Y'all can have it all day. I'll go my black ass to my channel. Bye.
Okay, but I was gonna back you up a little bit, A1, because this whole Moor thing, when Taj Tariq was started talking about this Moor stuff and it was Morocco, they didn't debunk that shit, and now they saying, oh, the term Moor comes from Mauritania, which is in Africa as well. But yet, if you look at it, Mauritania wasn't a country until like the 1950s as well. So that term was not used back then by those people.
Neither was Morocco a country. You know what I'm saying?
Or Spain or Portugal. Like, yeah.
I believe. Yes. Okay. And that later the term contemporarily, just like Christopher Attucks is Wampanoag, but they say in the sense that he's African American if you read a Wikipedia search or something quick. But they didn't even have that on the census in 1790. There was no such thing as African American in 1790.
But real quick, salute. We got to address the implication though, right? Because if it's being asserted as Mauritania, even though it wasn't called Mauritania back in those days, where is the objection?
You don't answer your question.
No, I ain't finished with the question yet. Where is the objection from the Moors that they still asserting this particular geographical location though?
Bro, they said upon the Rio Grande, right? Upon the Rio Grande, you got the Mauritanian races to who the Moorish people who the land belonged to. And it said, and their Indian associates, right? Who Texas properly belongs to. So they already said that when you deal, I'm about to do a building on Anasazi. I wasn't going to do it today. I'm going to probably wait till tomorrow. The Anasazi are the people they call them Moors. Because they saying that they got the same, they say they got the same structures that they see over there with the adobe and over in Spain and Portugal.
I've been to their room.
Okay, now you did say that the name Moors was only initiated upon contact with when the people from here travel to other areas, right?
Yeah, I ain't never say that. I never said that.
Hold on, you just said that though. You just said they called the Moors. You just said they called the Moors when they went over there.
No, it wasn't no other people over there. Smoke. Listen,
The reason why they called the Moors over there because they went by nationality then. You amongst your own tribal people, you don't got to call yourself by nationality. We know we all from America. You don't got to call yourself American on the panel.
Look,
you know you got to turn when you going around people that's not American.
Listen, right? He's right what he's saying, but check this out. I'm gonna say my claim one more time. Okay, I'm gonna say my claim.
I'm gonna say that y'all need a talking.
No, can y'all hear me? Peace. All right, okay. I'm gonna say my claim one more time. Listen, I'm gonna say my claim. Listen, when we went from the Americas over there to wherever that land was called, the Mediterranean or Middle Earth or whatever you want to call it, there was nobody there. There was no other people on the fucking planet. So wasn't nobody calling you no more. They're only calling you Moors because they know you from the Amaru Moor rule. There's nothing over there. Morocco. I'm sorry, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Because I don't think people
that would imply.
That would imply on the planet.
Well, so that would imply that everybody in the world is American then.
No. What I'm telling you,
I would say most of them got American blood in them, descendants.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, hold on. How can you say that there was nobody else in the world except Americans?
We travel to civilize most of the world.
Wouldn't that imply that American populated the whole? Hold on. If there's no one on any other geographical landmass, right?
Oh.
If Americans went to these other places and began to populate, that would imply that everybody is American then.
We had that blood in them. That's what I said. Mm-hmm.
No, but there would be no other blood too.
Yeah, but King, listen.
There would be no other blood.
Listen. Explain how this shit work, right? If you go to a place and you teaching somebody some things, that means you have teaching somebody. There wasn't really that many people over there.
Well, nobody.
Wait a minute. Hold on, see. Let's address this. You see, you walking over something major, bro. You saying there wasn't a lot of people, and then we have.
I know this issue. This issue right here. All right. When we talk about the contact, we understand there were different contacts. So now, listen, calm down, King.
Hold on, we can't have a logical conversation based on theology.
Listen, because
that's impossible. I want to insert what I want to do is insert the logic. I want to put the logic back into the conversation, bro.
We had contact with them boys over
there.
See
how these niggas avoid the logic? Why y'all avoiding the logic, bro?
Because you gotta understand that.
It seemed like it seemed like I'm being led, and I don't want to be led. I just want to deal with the information. Either there are people in other places, or there's not. We got to deal with that first of all.
Yes, and we agree with that. But that was
No.
different. That was a different contact though. We made contact
No,
with them at different
there
times.
was not. There was not.
There was no people. There was no people.
We made contact with them later on.
Hold on, because he's saying something different. Are
Hold
we
on.
saying there was no people in other places, or were there
No.
people in other places?
No, there was nobody else on this motherfucker except us, bro.
So that makes everybody. That makes Americans responsible for populating the entire world, which by default will make everybody American.
Do they call everybody Moors though?
Blood, some kind of blood, yeah.
Do they
Certain
call,
people.
listen, hold up. Do they call
Some people created after that. They wouldn't be the same
call
people.
Darvish, can you hear me, brother? Because like we keep.
No, you
bumping
low as a
heads,
motherfucker.
man.
I can't hear nothing you saying.
Okay. What I'm saying is this. No, what I'm saying is this, right? Listen, they don't call everybody Moors. They refer to that a lot when you're reading about the American Indians, right? Now, what a lot of these Aboriginals or these Indians or these Native Americans, because that's what I'm gonna start calling motherfuckers, right? Native Americans, right? Understand this, right? They getting a lot of this shit from other niggas from Dan Calloway and Cormeo and all of these people who don't understand, who never studied what a Moor is. They're only going by the Moor Science Temple of America. They don't have these documentations to show you that we was traveling and we was setting up civilizations in other places. They don't have that. They don't have the book or the naming of America where they calling it Morocco or Amaraka. But people want to deny that, but then you can still say, oh, I'm an American. They wasn't even spelling America American. They never spelled it like that. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm telling you is this. And when I mentioned the Serpentine, right? We all know they call Quetzalcoatl, Kukulkan, and all these are Serpentine, right? We know about the Naga, right? We all know about that, right? So when they talk about the Serpentine mother and the Serpentine father of this land will be Amaru Moru. The Serpentine mother will be Amaru Maya. Okay? Now this ain't got nothing to do with no snake worshiping or nothing like that. This is dealing with the Nagas, which most people don't understand. I'm cool with that. But what I don't like is this, right? You never heard none of this shit I'm saying from no other Moor. Have you ever heard any Moor say what I'm saying?
No, this is actually the first time I ever heard it being asserted that there was nobody else in the world.
Yeah.
The first time I ever heard it.
Can y'all hear me?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I gotta get the hell up out of here, gang. Hold on, we got Auntie in the building. What's up, Auntie?
Salute everybody. Can we just deal with your bloodline, deal with your nation, and that'll cut out all these other titles if you deal with just the nation. Now, I agree that we was the only people on the planet, but do we still have to stop overlooking that these people are a grafted set of people? When we went to these places, we started building other nations over there because we was doing a lot of stuff. We're not gonna act like we wasn't leading. But in order to cut out all the confusion, you must deal with your own bloodline first, which there will be whatever nation you come from, that'll cut all this bitching and arguing. Like I said, I found hell about 5 or 6 still along with our people because we travel all across America. And I can literally go and claim either one of these as in because that blood still runs through my veins, even though they mix with money.
And I agree.
To be honest, she right though. We probably should just forget the Moor and Indian and all this stuff and make up.
I'm not forgetting shit. I'm not forgetting.
Hold on, hey,
I'm not
because at the end of the day, bro, it's not about being a Moor or Indian because all we know for sure is that this is Atlantis. So if you ask me, I'm a fucking Atlantean.
But you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know about Atlantis. Hold up. You wouldn't even know about the history of Atlantis if you never agreed to it. So understand what I'm telling you. So even when it comes to the term Moor, the American Aborigines history is mixed up in that. So how can you forget it? Because means that you're going to be biased.
Think about it. If you saying like, how can we forget about that? Well, it's real simple. They didn't already changed all the narratives and all the names up of the people who are here. Hell, you could be right. Maybe we are Moors, but they put it over there. Or maybe the people over there could be right and say that they the real Moors. But at the end of the day, we know this for sure. Most of the gods were from Atlantis. Thoth was an Atlantean. Anubis was an Atlantean. Horus is an Atlantean. All of the guys that we Khan, Atlantean.
Listen, I agree with all. I agree with all that. All I'm saying is right. Once you understand these particular bloodlines and all that, like Queen said, I mean, you can understand your dealings when you're dealing with this place they call Americas. But now we start talking about world history, and we got to understand history. I mean, some people may be dealing with, say, the 1500s, but somebody may pose a question that refer to, say, the BC times. So when we talk about history now, they should go all the way back. So now, in order to find out what's going on now, we got to start from the beginning. So we understand what really happened.
The beginning is your mama and your daddy. Start there.
Mama and daddy had a mama and daddy though.
The mama and your daddy.
They had mama too, correct?
You can't get to all the other ancestors until you know who they were, right? And the customs, traditions, and cultures that they pass down to you. Like, that is something you don't have to read in the book, right? That is something that is, you don't have to hypothesize, right? That is something direct from generation to generation to generation to generation. And so I agree with Auntie. Like, we and I agree with you as well, Darvis. Like, we got to figure out what part of history you want to be talking about. What's the point? What's the point of having the conversation in general, right? Like, is it going to ultimately lead to more people understanding who they are, or is it going to ultimately lead to people just kind of picking a side and still further being divided, as well as not having the opportunity to further build upon the information that they have learned? So we got to start, being a little bit more disciplined on what we decide to talk about, and the importance of it, because ultimately we all supposed to be here trying to help our people, right? And if that is the ultimate goal, then we should be able to put down certain names, titles, fucking buzzwords and trigger words. We should be able to put that shit down in an attempt to build and try to resurrect some of our cultures that's been lost.
And I don't agree with that. But another thing we can do is try to find out what is the buzz about this word and get into the depth of that particular word. So some people can feel that way.
Well, look, hold on. This is what y'all can do. If y'all want to.
Right now is what's taking place, how they trying to get us off the land, how they, this 100 year is what we need to really focus on between 1892 and to now. Now, it's okay to learn about the history before 1492, but we need to really focus on what is going down now and what can we do to save the people now. We can't save our ancestors because our ancestors are gone.
That's a fact. Look,
what can we do for the future of our babies if they took us out today while we argued on YouTube? Do y'all not know they're gonna put our children in another school system like they did our ancestors and rewire their brains and have them thinking some more bullshit that they are the original people on the earth and they grafted your ass? That's the next go around. While we are overturned and making preparations to move off the land with just African American.
Cool.
Hey, look.
Queen.
Hold on, Bobby. I don't got no more time. I got to go. If y'all want to continue this conversation, if y'all want to have the great debate and, beat each other up and shit like that, you're more than welcome to come to my Telegram, Aboriginal TV Uncensored. And y'all can beat each other up all you want right there. You can pull up all types of African shit and shit on people and do all the shit you want there. I got to get the hell up out of here, gang. I'm trying to finish something else that I'm working on.
I didn't post, but I was going to do a live today. But, I'm
okay. Well, make sure if y'all haven't already, tap in with the original Copper Empress Holbert. Hey, A1, I appreciate you coming through. Darvin, Smoke, who's that? True Food, Auntie. I appreciate everybody coming through. I got to get the hell up out of here. Hey, man, make sure y'all keep y'all head on the swivel. You know what I'm saying? And I hope to see y'all tomorrow. I should be, you know what I'm saying, back to my normal scheduled time tomorrow. So I'll see y'all tomorrow a.m. Y'all be on the lookout. Also, if you haven't got your pay-per-view ticket, make sure that you do so in the next couple of days. It's going to be a movie. I'm out of this motherfucker, man. I hope everybody have a great day. Until next time, peace.
Peace.
Hey, listen. You and I know.
You still talking? I'm about to get up out of here, man. Peace.
You heard me?
Yeah. I ain't here to judge, I just want you to walk with me. So miss me with all envy, cause shit could get dark quickly. I'm swimming with the sharks, they wishing that jaws get me. What I speak, it shall exist, that's the spirit of God in me. Listen, I'm trying to tell them that it's deeper than rap. I'm trying to bring them back, the ones that fell deep in the trap. See, they feed you the bullshit, but then be keeping the facts. Spreading white lies by trying to tell our people they black. I know my lineage, I spit the truth and in it booth you sit me in. Connected to the higher power, I know why it sent me here. To open eyes and show that hope it lies within your mind. Cause this globe is ours, so let's take over now. You know it's time, cause they control the blind. Lost so they can't see what's going down. Yeah, you might could take the gold, but you can't break the golden child. All my kings worldwide, I know that they gon' hold it down. Come vibes, then they firing straight out the holster. And I've been having premonitions. It's time for us to stand up and unite. You feel me? Because a lot of people say that you gotta see it to believe it, you feel me? But from my perspective, I look at it as sometimes we gotta believe it to see it. Start with you feel me? Feel this. I've been having premonitions of my niggas winning. Building up the projects, free from penitentiaries. And we all unified, so ain't no senseless killings. I'm glad we finally realized that we ain't really different. We finally get that we in fact all kings, so we subtract all beef. We growing crops in every block, look like Black Wall Street. And we investing in these stocks so we can stack our cream. And we ready for war if you try and snatch our dreams. A revolution, we abide by our principles, making changes. Street niggas turn scholars. Knowledge is really gangster. We protectors and providers. We gotta uplift the nation for our queens. We ride if you try to put them in danger. Yeah, beneath the chaos, know your soul is pure. All that greatness you got within was never shown before. Wherever you take your crown, that's your home for sure. So why be for